Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today, I will be reading from the r/entitledpeople subreddit. What I'm about to read is an update to this story, so if you haven't watched that one yet, I highly recommend you watch that one first. I'll link it now as well as in the pinned comment below. But without further ado, let's jump into it. Update. Entitled sister burns bridge, then wants me to maintain her and her unborn baby. I wasn't planning to make an update so quick, or at all, but here it is. Small summary. I have two half-sisters, Mary and Karen. Karen used to live with me rent-free and decided to offer me up to her creepy boyfriend like a side dish. I kicked her out and she went to live with him. She got pregnant, he threw her to the curb, and now she wants me to take care of her and her unborn baby. Now to today. Mary called me this morning to have brunch and discuss things related to Karen. She told me she understood I don't want to be part of the mix, but she really wanted it to be discussed, and after, I can just walk out. I know Mary, and I know she's just trying to leave everything in order before she leaves the state. She's the peacekeeper of my siblings. I agreed on the condition that there was no way Karen would come home with me. Mary just said, if she tries to follow you, I'll drag her out myself. So I dressed up and off I went to brunch with my sisters. I'll skip the pleasantries and dumb, friendly family look Karen attempted. Once we were done eating and just having coffee, Mary set out all the cards on the table. She explained that she couldn't take Karen with her out of state because she's getting married to her longtime girlfriend, and they can only afford a one-bedroom in her new city. She also said Karen was insane if she thought Mary would allow her to live with me, even if she had the power to make me take Karen back in. That Karen was lucky she even let her stay with her for the last few days. She told her the only reason we were doing this was because her mother had begged her to at least put Karen somewhere safe or find a solution for the pregnancy. So she turned to me and asked me as the most stable economically if there was anything I would be willing to help with. I might be an asshole for this. Feel free to roast me, but I basically said I would only give money for 3 things. 1, a termination and a hotel room while she heals from it. 2, a ticket back to her home country so she can live with her mother or aunt and get free healthcare. 3, a ticket to our eldest brother's home country so she can live with him because I know he would take her. I also said she had the option to put the baby up for adoption, but I would not be offering her a place to stay or a way to get medical care out of my pocket. I gave her some links to nonprofits she could use. Karen started crying, saying I was trying to take away her baby and being a bad sister, that a good sister would open up her home and help her care for her baby, that I never deserved to have the money I have. Most of my money is from inheritance on my mother's side of the family, so not sure how she would have gotten anything, that I was spoiled by my mother because she had money. We did, because after our father left my mother and I with nothing, she made a company from scratch. She kept babbling and making a scene, then she said something that actually hurt me. You're just mad because you will never get pregnant. Yes, I happen to be infertile. No, I can't get treatment for it. It is what it is. I already accepted it, but it still hurts. Mary knew this was a low blow for me and basically told Karen one more stupid word like that and she'll be sleeping in the street tonight. I didn't cry or anything, just stared. Karen stopped her crying, muttering, and seemed to get an idea. She looked at me straight and told me to adopt her baby. I laughed at that. I told her she was insane if she thought I would adopt her baby. I don't want her in my life, let alone her ex. I don't blame the baby, but I have absolutely no intentions to be part of the child's life. I was about to go off on Karen just for even thinking I would consider that as an option. But Mary stopped me on time. She simply said to Karen, you have the options she gave you, here are mine. You can get a termination or you can go back to your home country. Either way, you can't stay here. You are not legal and your immigration status affects us. If you were to live with us, I could lose my job and OP could lose her resident status. You have until next Friday to choose. If none of these options work, you will have to find your own solution with without us. I don't want you anywhere near my little sister. You put her at risk of being assaulted or worse. You are lucky I have an empty room for one more week for you to crash in, but after, I don't want to see you in person. We can keep in touch by Facebook or phone. You've lost the right to spend time in person with either of us. I just stared at Mary. She's very quiet and normally the most reserved of us, so this was not expected. Mary paid, didn't even wait for the change, and left Karen with enough to get a taxi home. Mary grabbed me by the arm and took me out. I didn't know how much I needed someone to just protect me for a change, but I did cry a little on the way out just from pure relief that I had one older sister that still looked out for me. We decided to go for ice cream after like we did as kids when bad things happened, and discussed our plans to spend holidays and vacations together. Mary's girlfriend also joined us for ice cream, and the whole time she just made jokes about how sad she's going to be without her moving table. She's much taller than me, and it's a running gag with us. Nothing too dramatic, thankfully. Mary and her girlfriend are going to come later for dinner with me. Depending how this mess ends, I'll try to update. But at this point, I think it's pretty much done. Not sure if Karen will take any of the options we gave her or just do her own thing. Regardless, I have no intentions of putting my money for anything but what I said I would. And yes, Mary is my hero if anyone is curious. Again, love this OP, and now I love her sister Mary. Kudos to those two for setting boundaries and standing up for themselves. Look, I am very much so a realist, and I completely agree with the ultimatums. Karen made her bed. It is no one's responsibility to take care of her baby, but hers. And if she can't, then termination of the pregnancy is a viable option. Of course, it is Karen's choice not to do that, but adoption is a great option as well. Her keeping the baby is too, of course, but it doesn't sound like that baby would have the best quality of life with Karen as its mother. Also, her immigration status makes it incredibly infeasible to stay with OP anyways. And these comments sum up the situation perfectly. Do I understand correctly that option 2 and 3 would have allowed her to keep the baby, just not stay in the US? Which, considering her status, she probably can't anyway. If so, then the nerve of her sitting there accusing you of wanting to take away her baby and being a bad sister after she tried to sell you out, she's lucky you're willing to do anything for her at all. She really does sound very entitled. Not even just entitled, she sounds like a disgusting human being for trying to basically serve her sister up to some guy like she is her pimp, then having the nerve to act like OP should just act like nothing happened and help her out in ways that could get her in deep legal trouble. Yes, all of that. This sister's expectations are ridiculous and narcissistic. If I were OP, I would personally just cut contact with Karen altogether. Maybe even entertain the idea of moving to the same state as Mary, because Karen has the personality that could potentially become dangerous in the future. Anyways, I'll stop talking now. This one is just really intriguing to me, but I will definitely keep you guys updated on this one if there are any further updates in the future. But that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed that Entitled People update. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!